So what's up guys, it's Jake here and I'm here with the second episode of the Road to Glory series in my YouTube channel. So as you can see there, it was a bit of surprise. We got the draft token. I don't know where this came from, whether it came from the pre-order thing that I did with the Origin store or from daily gifts from the companion app. I'm not entirely sure on it. So from the draft token in the previous episode as well, so we got 2 draft tokens now. We can enter 2 drafts and get a bunch of packs and get some really good pulls and get some coins into our account. So as you can see on the background there, I'm using a draft token to enter into the online draft. I could have done with the offline draft, but I just wanted the online feeling, and let's see whether the opponents and overall judge myself in the online thing before entering into the divisions and for champions. So interestingly, I am going to be sitting out this weekend league for the foot champions and assuming some facts and gathering some facts from Nepenthes and big YouTubers especially. So as you can see there, we are kind of filling our team in the background. I just decided to fast forward it rather than talking over every position we pick. So we got a very nice and it did carry over from the previous FIFA, isn't it? And it's a La Liga themed squad once again. During the start, we go to Gareth Bale, Griezmann, Neymar, Casemiro, and I think it was Tremolinas on the left back. We got Garay and Sergio Ramos. We got Alex Vidal, the right back from the Barcelona, and we got Danilo and first in form Kevin De Bruyne, and we got Franco Vasquez, who I'm replaced with, and Kevin De Bruyne plays for a very good super substitute there. So enough of the team talking about, you can see it in the background. And one thing I want to remind you guys of this series is that it's not sequential. So I didn't just go into draft after what I left over in the first episode, and I didn't play the 4 matches and the draft as you're gonna see in this video, in this episode, second episode, straightforwardly. So what I did in between is I opened a couple of bronze packs here and there, and I did some squad building challenges, the bronze upgrade ones, the silver upgrade ones, and the gold upgrade ones in between. So I'm gathering that entire video, entire bits of video to put it as a main video in the future episodes as well. Once I think next episode of the Road to Glory might be squad building challenges combined as well. So one thing I want to make you guys sure is it's not sequential. I didn't play the first game and just go after into the second game as well. So the one reason for that is because there was not many opponents available when I did go into the online draft. I had to wait for 15 to 20 minutes to get an opponent, so I decided to not waste my time and make it usefully and build draft pack, open bronze packs here and there and stuff. So that's what I did, and here we are getting into this into the draft online play. The first game I was very lucky. I was leading 1-0. I forgot to capture that, and my opponent decided to quit. It was a connection loss basically, so I did get the win. I moved into the second round, and as you can see there, in the 30th minute we got a lucky penalty for Neymar, and the penalty system, it's breathtaking while you score. It's nerve-wracking as well, but when you see the replay, it's so cool the way the player adjusts their body to get a penalty. And in the second half, we should have made it 2-0, but that touch was weak, and I got a couple of opportunities in this game. This was my first full game online, and the online play definitely seems to be very good compared to the offline. And the AI this year are they're so overpowered in my opinion. They're very aggressive. So the online is very interesting as you play against a human and they make some mistakes. The AI really makes very less mistakes in offline games. So as you can see there, we get a very tight victory, 1-0. Man of the match goes to Sergio Ramos, and Sergio Ramos is a good defender. And got to speak of the defense as well. So as much I've gathered and I played for just 4 games on the online play, I just realized that this year you have more of a less control over a player. It either be an attacker or a defender or a midfielder. The control over the player is more of less. So in FIFA 16, the stand tackle when you are defending was really great. and it's a bit of a less impact it gives you on FIFA 17. And what I have figured out is in FIFA 17 slide tackles, they're worth heavens, man. They perform really well. And when you perform a slide tackle in FIFA 16, and speaking of that, we scored a very good goal from Franco Vasquez there. His link and play with Neymar, and Neymar's link and play is so good there. His link and play with attackers and defenders and midfielders, he's a very good complete player in my opinion, with skills and stuff. So speaking of the slide tackle, when you put a slide tackle in FIFA 16, 9 out of 10 times you get committed a foul, and you'll be giving away a penalty or a yellow card or even a red card as well. But in FIFA 17 you can get away with many slide tackles, and slide tackle are most effective ones compared to the slant tackle in my opinion. And as you can see there, our opponent did equalize with a great goal from Benyat, but once again Neymar links up in the play, and he's like the catalyst who makes our team click, and Danilo arrives in the box and he scores a very good goal. He was my substitute as well, and it was a very impactful substitute, and he has got a very impressive 82 weighted card as well, so one for drilling very good hybrids with the Portuguese league as well. So as you can see, the 2-win gets us into the final of the FUT draft, and it's very interesting. It's a first online entry, online attempt, and we got very lucky. And once again in the final we got very lucky there. Our opponent did score a own goal, and he did basically quit after that. So very grateful to him, and it takes a bit of heart to donate a win, and may God bless him there. So that was the end of the draft, first attempt, and we won a draft. Now, however, we did play 2 full games and we did 1 as well. So this is a draft prize, premium gold pack, 7.5k pack, typical, and 2 mega packs. So we did open our 7.5k pack, and my heart did froze for a second when I saw the Argentinian flag, but it was Di Maria. But nevertheless, it was a great pull, and I thought he was going for around 100 to 200 coins, but when I checked, his value is just over 50,000 coins, and I had 2 thoughts on him, whether to build a squad, and the fact that he's in a League 1 and you can build the hybrids around him. League 1 is not my entire cup of tea. You either need to build a hybrid or you need to sell him for 60 to 70,000 coins, because once FIFA 17 gets going, it's going to be way cheaper than that. So I decided to sell him. But at the time of recording I was not sure, so send him to the club. And from the 2 mega packs we got great load of consumables who are worth selling, and we got a couple of kits and stadiums who are worth selling as well. And we got Ricardo Rodriguez from this pack, who's worth like 6 or 7,000 coins. He's one of the best left backs in the Bundesliga, and he's from a decent nationality as well. So a very good pack overall, good for consumables, and you got to sell the consumables at this time, especially the gold ones, because many people do want consumables, the healing cards and the fitness cards and the contracts. So the market value for them is quite high at this stage of the game. So this is the final pack. So that's the end of this episode. I will catch you in the next one.